Hello everyone and welcome to another video. I don't know if you saw my latest haul, but I had some problems with some of the manga that I bought because they were, well, damaged. This one right here has water damage. It's pretty how can I say, it's hard. And you can see that there's some staining going on in here. I don't think that we're gonna be able to fix stuff like this, if you can see that, but we might be able to at least flatten it out with some pressing. I want to try to clean up the covers a little bit and see if I can get rid of some of the yellowing. So that's the problem with this one. These two are some of the oldest manga I have in my collection, and they have they've been put away in an attic for a long while when I was traveling and stuff like that, and they're really gross, honestly. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but they're really dirty. They're dirty, they're yellow, you can tell. So I'm gonna try to clean these up as well, but the quality overall is, I mean, they're old, but they're fine. I just need to clean them up. Then with this one, this is some damage over here that I probably won't be able to do anything about, but there is some spine damage. The binding is damaged here that I'm going to try to fix as well. So that is what this video will be all about. Let's try to save some manga. So I think I want to start out with these ones because I think the fix is probably the easiest one. So I got a little microfiber cloth, and my local supermarket didn't have sandpaper, so I'm trying it out with a fine sort of nail file. I made sure it's not a harsh one, so hopefully this is gonna help with getting rid of some of the yellowing on the pages. And I got some lukewarm water, and I'm gonna be really careful not to we don't want more water damage here. So I am gonna just dip this in the water. I'll put my finger in like that, and I'll dip just a little bit in the water. Let's see if we can clean this without damaging this too much. I think it might be working. If you hear any weird noises, it's either my neighbors or my cat. He's looking at what I'm doing right now. He's wondering what I'm doing. Yeah, fortunately I can't tell because it's a gray cloth, so I can't tell if dirt is coming off, but it looks quite good it looks like the dirt is actually coming off. Let's see if I can do this closer to the camera maybe. So for example, we have some dirt right here. Let's see if we can get rid of that. It might be that it just doesn't come off as well, or it's part of the design. But maybe that's all I can do for now. So this might not be as satisfying on camera as I thought it would be, but I definitely feel like the volumes are getting way cleaner. Well, it might be hard to see on camera, but it actually looks a lot cleaner. I don't know if you can tell. So if we look at, for example, this one. If you look at that, and then we compare to this, it looks a little bit shinier. That's nice. So I think I've gotten this one in kind of an acceptable condition now. I don't know, I mean, you can barely tell, it's so hard to tell. But I've wiped all of the front and the side and the back as well. So it feels a lot cleaner, and I think it looks a lot cleaner as well, at least from what my eyes can see. I think just if you're doing this as well, I think just make sure that you don't use too much water, so you don't damage the manga further. Just like a tiny bit of water and then use like a dry spot and wipe it off. And I also want to say that this is just my way of doing this. There might be better ways of doing this, or just different ways of doing this. But this is just my way. So I'm not gonna guarantee that it works or that it's even safe for your manga. Honestly, just use some common sense and be careful. I'm hoping these sounds are coming up for you guys, so it's sort of satisfying in an ASMR type way at least. So now when I've cleaned these two as good and well as I can, I'm gonna try this sanding trick. And I'm gonna be real careful about it because I've never done this before. I've seen people do it. I'm just gonna be really careful because these are some of, as I said, the oldest volumes that I have, and they are obviously damaged, but I'm just gonna try it a little bit. If it doesn't work, or if it does nothing, then I'll stop. So I have this, as I said, this is like a nail file. It's very, very fine grain. Don't go using really hard sandpaper, or like I don't know how you say it in English, I'm sorry, but you want a really fine sort of grain so you don't damage it, and you don't want to be pressing super hard. So I'm just gonna go really, really loose and careful and see if it does anything. So maybe I should have used a mask for this. This grain seems really good though. I feel like it's really like, it's getting the paper, but it's not damaging it too much. Oh, gotta be careful. Really gotta be careful with these pages. You know what? I think I actually see some difference here. Can you see that? There's just a slight color difference from here. So I'm just gonna keep going just a little bit, see if we can get it even whiter. But I do think that the pages in here aren't completely white either, so I don't know how white we're gonna get them, but you know, let's give it a shot. And as I said before, please be careful. I am not a professional. I'm not a professional at all. This is just me trying to save my manga a little bit. If you want professional restoration tips, don't take my word for it. You know what? This is actually working. Do you see that? That's crazy. It works. And the pages are fine as well. I'm so happy this is working. Okay, so I'm just gonna work on this for a little bit more, and I'll get back to you when I'm done. That looks so much more fresh. That's amazing. I'm amazed, honestly. I didn't think it would turn out that good. I was thinking the yellowness went down even further down, but I guess it doesn't go down too much. I actually went and got myself a mask because I don't know if you see this, but there's like paper dust flying all over the place. So, well, let's go. Glasses would probably be good too, honestly. Do you see all this dust? Here you can really tell as well the difference. That is so crazy. I love seeing this. I'm just gonna do the same thing to this one, and I guess, I mean, you don't need to see that because you just saw the whole process, so... And there we go. I do feel like these ones cleaned up pretty well for being so old, and that was the simple part of this, I guess. So now we're gonna move on to something a little bit more scary. So here we have the second volume of The Girl from the Other Side, and as you saw in the beginning, it has some damage. to the binding, you could see like the netting here, and I looked up a tutorial online and it literally said get some good old school glue and just put it in the crease and let it, you know, set. I'm gonna take this a little bit further, hoping that, you know, it's gonna work out. And I have some black paper here, and I'm gonna cut it so that it matches, and I'm gonna put it into the crease, just so we don't get this ugly bat. So let's start by cutting a piece of this that matches. And if you want to do this better, then you can just measure. I'm just gonna sort of just eyeball it. Then let's see if I can fold this in half. This looks about right. This is probably gonna make the book, like the page of the book, stand out a little, but I'm fine with that. I do wish that this paper was a bit thinner, but this is what I got. And now it's sort of covering a little bit of the artwork there, and I'm not gonna want that. So I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller. These pages were a lot less black than I thought, but I think this looks alright, right? And here comes the scary part. Let's go glue. How does this work though? This is completely new to me, I've never opened this before, so I guess I'm just gonna use this and see if I can get some of the glue out. There we go. And I am going to use a little paintbrush, and we are going to paint straight into that crease. And I haven't used school glue in forever. I don't remember how fast it dries. I'm gonna try to do it as clean as I can, but we might get some mess here. I hope it doesn't dry too fast though. This feels alright. Ooh, the glue is getting gluey for sure. Well, I feel like I'm only gonna get one shot of this, so I'm hoping to get as much glue in there as I can. Then we want this to be closed up like that. Table salt here to let the book stand up like that. And I'm gonna paint the sides of this with glue. Man, it does feel like I'm back in school again. It's been a while. I used to love doing stuff like this in school, but then when you got older, it just stopped. It's kind of sad. Like, you want a good amount of glue, but you don't want it to like spill out all over the place, even though it dries kind of clear, you know? Okay, let's see. So, get rid of this. Ooh, this is scary stuff. Got it in the corner. Gotta push it down. Push it in. I guess maybe the best thing would be to just close the book. I don't know. And just push it a little bit. Okay, let's open it up. Ooh, yeah. Got some leakage, but that's fine. Not too much, not a lot. But that looks pretty good. I'm gonna say I'm happy with that. Now obviously this is just something I came out with. This is no traditional type of book fixing. Sadly I got a little bit of the leaf there, but you know, as I said, as long as the book doesn't break, as it holds, if it holds, I'll be happy with that. Look at that, I mean, that's not bad. You got a little bit of a thing going on there, but that's definitely fine. it does lift a bit. I think the more I use this, the more it's gonna like get used to this whole new part here. You know what? I'm happy with that. This is what we got. I was gonna get to this Alita volume now, but I completely forgot about something that's in my bookshelf, and that is Volume 1 of Land of the Lost Years. This is brand new, but we got this from an online shop here in Sweden, and this is how it came. You see that? And we were like, okay. Like, what is going on? I guess we didn't have the energy, or we didn't really care to exchange it or anything like that. So I might just try to just glue this, honestly. Fresh start. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get the glue in here behind as much as I can, and then I'm just gonna close the book. Try to get the glue all up in there. I bet you some book restoration person somewhere is crying right now watching me do this. If I was really like, if I cared like a lot about some of these books, especially this one, the FLCL ones I care about a little bit more, but the stuff I did with those weren't that scary. If I cared a little bit more about this book, then maybe I wouldn't do this. I think I've added enough glue now. But these are like, you know, they're still in print and all that stuff. If I damage it, I could just buy a new one if I want. But, you know, I don't really care that much. So for now, it's just a fun experiment to see if it works. As long as it's good like that, maybe I'll just leave it be like that. With like some support. And hopefully the glue is gonna, you know, dry and it'll be all good. But while that does its thing, let's get to the Alita volumes. So what I'm gonna do with this Alita volume is that I'm going to do the thing with the sandpaper stuff to clean it up a bit, and then we're gonna leave it in, we're gonna press it for like 2 days, and then I'll come back after and see how it looks. So this is how it looks like now, right now. It's very wonky. Yeah, there, you can see it better there. So it's very wonky like that. So we're hoping that it's gonna be more straight. This is what I'm worried about the most, so let's just go over that. Oh, would you look at that? This is way better than before. Look at that. The difference. Okay, so that helps a lot. I'm very happy. There's still hope for this volume. Oh, and now I remember the word for how this volume feels. It feels crispy. You know when something was wet and now it's dry? It's just like crispy. Okay, so I have sanded this enough, I think. I'm sorry about this light, it's crazy right now, but I'm really happy that these really yellow patches came out so well. You can still tell that they're there, but they're like so much less prominent, and it makes the manga look so much more clean and oh, it just looks so much better. Okay, let's get to pressing. Here we have some of our most heaviest volumes, and the idea will be to put Alita under these. So I'm just gonna put one Berserk here first, and then I'll put Alita on here. Maybe I can do it like this so you can see. I'll put Alita right there, and then we'll just stack these bastards on here. Give her a good press. Bam! Poor girl. Hopefully she will feel better in about 2 days. It's been about 2 days now, and we've changed the whole setup a little bit because the way I put it from the beginning, it was sort of crushing the spine. So now we have it so that the manga sort of sticks out so it doesn't crush the spine. And yesterday I like turned the manga over. I don't have a lot of hope for this, honestly, but let's see where we're at. We also added more like heavier books, because believe it or not, Berserk isn't that heavy. I thought it was heavier than it was, but it's actually not that heavy. But these are some heavy boys. This is a good book if you like animation. And it's good as a book press, I guess. Okay, let's see. So here we have it. There isn't, oh, sorry. It's still kind of, you know, wobbly. Maybe it looks better this way than it used to, actually. But I think we just need to sort of loosen it up a little bit. It still feels pretty crispy, but it does feel like a tiny bit better. It actually is just like a tiny bit better, but it's still wonky. So maybe we'll invest in a actual book press at some point. So here we are, back again at the table after 2 days. And for these ones, I guess there's not much more difference than you saw already. I'm very happy with the outcome of these. They feel so much fresher, and I really think that I couldn't make them better than they are at this point. So that's the final result for these. For this one as well, I think this whole thing has saved this book from eventually falling apart. It looks funny maybe, and it's kind of funny when you do this, but at least it's gonna hold together. All good. So Land of the Lustrous, the glue has really done its thing. Oh, you can just hear that cracking in there. It's holding the book together really well, but I think I added a little bit too much glue because now the spine looks a bit... It's hard to tell, but it's a little bit raised because of the glue. But I didn't care too much about this volume anyway, so I'm just happy it's still like stuck together. Then we have the biggest challenge, the super damaged Alita book. I think is pretty good. I do think we need to press it with a proper like book press, but you know, at least from the side here it looks a lot better. It's still a bit wonky. From the top it's pretty, like it's still a bit wonky, and especially from the bottom, but it's actually less crispy, but it's still crispy, as you can hear if I do this. But maybe it's definitely much better than it was. And I'm really happy I got most of this staining out. You can still see it pretty faintly, but it does look a lot fresher than it did from the beginning. Man, I really need to fix this. If I get a proper book press at some point, I'll let you guys know and how that goes. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and that it was satisfying, at least to some degree, even though maybe the results weren't as drastic as maybe I thought from the beginning. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys will have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.